Imagine waking up every single morning knowing that nobody believes in you. Your relatives laugh at your dreams, your friends move ahead in life, and every night you stare at the ceiling wondering, am I really meant for something bigger, or am I just wasting my life? This is the story of a boy who failed again and again, a boy who had no money, no support, no connections, no confidence. But one decision, one painful moment, changed everything forever. And by the end of this story, you might never look at your own life the same way again. Because sometimes, the people who start with nothing become the people nobody can stop. There was a boy named Aarav, a normal middle-class boy. Not rich, not talented, not famous. Just another young man trying to survive life. Every morning, he woke up late. He spent hours scrolling social media, watching successful people, watching motivational videos, watching others live the life he wanted. But after watching those videos, he still did nothing. Because deep inside, he had already accepted defeat. He wanted success, but he was scared of failure. He wanted respect, but he avoided hard work. He dreamed about changing his life, but every day looked exactly the same. One afternoon, Aarav was sitting quietly while his relatives talked. One uncle laughed and said, "Dreams are good, but some people are just not made for success." Everyone smiled, and though nobody said his name, Aarav knew those words were for him. That night, he looked at himself in the mirror, and for the first time in his life, he asked himself a dangerous question. That question destroyed him. Days passed, weeks passed, nothing changed. His confidence became weaker. His body became lazy. His mind became negative. He started avoiding people, avoiding responsibilities, avoiding challenges, because every challenge reminded him of the person he failed to become. But life has a strange way of waking people up, and sometimes it wakes you up with pain. One rainy evening, Aarav's father came home exhausted. His shirt was wet, his face looked tired, and his hands were shaking from stress. He had spent his entire life working hard for the family, but now debts were increasing, bills were increasing, problems were increasing, and Aarav could see it. For the first time, he realized something. While he was wasting time, his father was silently sacrificing his life. That night, during dinner, there was almost no food left. His mother smiled and said, "I already ate," but Aarav knew she was lying. A mother always lies when she wants her children to eat more. That moment hit him harder than any insult. He went to his room, closed the door, and cried. Not because life was unfair, but because deep inside, he knew he had become weak. He remembered all the wasted years, all the excuses, all the laziness, all the fake promises. Tomorrow I'll start. Next week I'll change. One day I'll become successful. But that one day never came. And suddenly, he understood the truth most people avoid. Your life changes the moment you stop lying to yourself. That night, Aarav made a decision. No motivation, no big announcement, no social media post, just one silent promise. I will change, even if it takes years. And the next morning, for the first time in months, he woke up before sunrise. The first few days were hard. Very hard, because discipline feels painful when your mind is addicted to comfort. While others slept, Aarav woke up at 5 a.m. He started exercising, started reading books, started learning skills online, started improving little by little. But nobody noticed. And honestly, that's the hardest part of growth. At the beginning, you work hard alone. No applause, no support, no results, just silence. Some days he felt motivated. Other days he wanted to quit. Sometimes he studied for hours and understood nothing. Sometimes he worked hard and still failed, but this time he refused to stop because he finally understood something powerful. Success is not built in one day. It is built in small, invisible actions repeated every single day. One day he heard a quote that changed his mindset forever. The pain of discipline is temporary, but the pain of regret lasts forever. Those words stayed inside his heart. Whenever he felt tired, he remembered his parents. Whenever he wanted to quit, he remembered the people who doubted him. And slowly, he started changing. His body became stronger. His confidence improved. His focus became sharper. He stopped wasting time proving people wrong. Instead, he focused on proving himself right. Months passed, and for the first time in years, he started respecting himself. Not because he became rich, not because he became famous, but because he finally became consistent. And consistency is where transformation begins. As Aarav continued improving, he noticed something strange. The same people who ignored him before started watching him carefully. Some became inspired, some became uncomfortable, because your growth reminds people of the excuses they still make. But Aarav kept moving forward. He started freelancing online, learning digital skills, editing videos, writing content, working late nights. The money was small, very small, but to him, it felt like proof. Proof that change was possible. One evening, he gave his mother money for groceries. It wasn't much, but his mother smiled with tears in her eyes. And in that moment, Aarav felt richer than millionaires. Because real success is not flexing expensive things online. Real success is reducing the pain of the people who sacrificed for you. But the journey still wasn't easy. There were nights he doubted himself. Nights he felt exhausted. Nights he wondered if all this effort was even worth it. And that's the reality nobody talks about. Success is lonely. People only celebrate your victory. They never see your breakdowns. They don't see the sleepless nights, the silent tears, the fear, the pressure. But every strong person you admire today was once a person fighting battles nobody knew about. And Aarav kept fighting, day after day, month after month, because now he wasn't chasing motivation anymore. He was building discipline. And discipline changes ordinary people into dangerous people. 2 years later, life looked completely different. Aarav had built skills, built confidence, built habits, built a new mindset. He was no longer the weak boy who waited for miracles. Now, he created opportunities himself. One day he received a huge freelance project, a project bigger than anything he had ever worked on. His hands were shaking, because this was the opportunity he once dreamed about. And after completing that project successfully, more opportunities came. Slowly, his income increased, his family problems reduced, his confidence exploded. But the biggest transformation was not money. The biggest transformation was the person he became, because pain had shaped him, discipline had rebuilt him, failure had trained him. One evening, he walked past the same relatives who once mocked him, but this time, they looked at him differently. And suddenly, Aarav realized something important. Never waste your life trying to prove people wrong. People change their opinions automatically when your results become impossible to ignore. That night, he sat quietly on the rooftop, looking at the city lights, and he remembered the old version of himself, the lazy boy, the confused boy, the broken boy, and he smiled. Because sometimes, the person you are today must die, so the person you are meant to become can finally live. Now listen carefully. Maybe you are watching this video while feeling lost. Maybe people doubt you. Maybe you feel behind in life. Maybe you already failed too many times. But understand this, your current situation is not your final destination. You can rebuild your life, one habit at a time, one decision at a time, one day at a time. Stop waiting for perfect conditions. Stop waiting for motivation. Stop waiting for someone to save you. Because the truth is, nobody is coming. Your future depends on the choices you make today. And remember this: every successful person you admire was once invisible. Every strong person you admire was once weak. Every confident person you admire was once insecure. The difference is, they decided to keep going, even when nobody supported them, even when life became painful, even when progress felt slow. And one day, that consistency changed everything. Struggling right now, don't quit. This chapter is not the end of your story. Maybe life is testing you. Maybe pain is preparing you. Maybe failure is teaching you something success never could. But if you keep moving forward, if you keep improving every single day, one day your life will look completely different. And years later, you will look back at this painful phase and realize something. This was the moment that built you. So start today. Wake up earlier. Work harder. Learn skills. Take care of your body. Protect your mind. Stay disciplined. And most importantly, believe in yourself, even when nobody else does. Because sometimes, all it takes to change your entire life is one decision. One decision to stop being weak. One decision to stop making excuses. One decision to become unstoppable. The question is, will you make that decision today? If this story inspired you, then remember to like this video and subscribe for more life-changing stories. And comment below, what is the one thing you will change starting today? Because your new life can begin right now.